By popular demand, you guys donated for it. Tonight, we are starting our first playthrough of Final Fantasy X. But before we do that, I do want to mod the game to spice up the experience. And in this video, we're going to show you guys exactly how you can do that as well. And also how you can get Final Fantasy X for a super discounted rate thanks to our personal link. We're going to be restoring the PlayStation 2 models of the characters that have also been upscaled, as well as some improvements to the system so the game does not crash, while also improving the FMV cutscene quality that modders have recently upscaled for our viewing pleasure. So hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss out on any of that, because we are starting our Final Fantasy X playthrough tonight. Help raise at 38% even higher, and comment down below your favorite RPG or Final Fantasy memory. Now, let's get into this modding video. On Steam right now, Final Fantasy X Remaster is unfortunately 30 bucks. It does go on sale sometimes, but it is currently $30 at the time of recording this video. But don't worry, because our sponsor today actually has us covered. Shoutouts to instantgaming.com. You can use our link pinned in the description down below or in the comments to get Final Fantasy X and whatever other game that you want for $12.93. This is very hard to beat. This will work tremendously. It's what I use to purchase the game. If you use our link, it does help out the channel a lot, but you can get all kinds of Steam games on here. You could even get Steam credit. You could even purchase PlayStation Network cards, whatever it is you want, at a much more discounted rate by using our code down below. So again, special shout outs to Instant Gaming for that. 13 bucks is not bad. After you download Final Fantasy X, make sure you guys run it at least once. Whenever you're installing mods, it really is a best practice to run it at least once to make sure that all the files are allocated properly, and so that this way it can create the in-game folders that you will need. After you run the game, exit out of it. And the very first mod we are going to need is the Final Fantasy X HD external file loader. This will make it possible to install mods in the first place, so you definitely need this. I'm going to be linking this down below. You're going to go down to Files. You're going to find the file loader right here and click manual download. You will need an account. It's completely free to create an account. Make sure you do that so this way you can download it, and you can click slow download because it is, we're not going to pay for this. It's 44 kilobytes. We need this. You're going to download this and we'll be good to go. The next mod we need is the Untitled Project 10. This actually is going to make the game run properly. It's not going to crash. It's going to bypass a lot of issues that the game itself unfortunately shipped with and Square Enix never fixed. I'm going to scroll down to here, and you guys are going to download and run the latest UNX installer. We're going to click the download link. It'll download that right there for us. Now, the next thing we're going to need is a safety precaution. It's not mandatory, but it's something that kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable, because when I booted up the game, it was having an issue where it was running it in 32-bit, which makes it crash and run out of RAM for whatever reason. So this 4 GB patch actually fixed that. So we're going to download that and we're going to run it and apply it to Final Fantasy X. It's just going to help ensure that the game runs smooth overall. And now finally, we're going to be downloading mods that we're going to want to run on the game. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to install generally every single mod at this point, but we are going to be installing and running the PS2 models that have been updated and upscaled to look a little bit better. I personally prefer the PS2 models, but you could totally download these 8K and 4K retextures and enhancements of the remastered version. It's just Titus is going to look like this. Major shout outs to Via Sharin. They actually went ahead and they did the Restore PS2 Titus mod for, well, everybody, but also upscaled it so it doesn't look as PS2 as possible. I saw a lot of people made PS2 model mods, but they weren't upscaled, so they still looked a little bit weird. So just to show you guys an example, this is what Titus looks like in the HD remastered. This is the PS2 mod that was popularly made by Impulse Arena and everybody uses. And then this mod and the other 3 options here present, which will upscale this version and make it look better. I mean, look at the necklace, right? The necklace looks so much better. You have the HD remaster hair texture. You have the HD texture for the hair that was shown during the first remaster trailer. And then you have the PS2 hair that's been textured and upscaled to look a little bit better. I'm going to be using the PS2 hair texture just because I like the way it complements his skin color. The highlights and the shading on it looks a lot better, in my opinion, than this model right here. So we're going to go down to files. There are 2 files we're going to want to download with this. We're going to download this one that says number 4, PS2 like hair texture, and the fix for the model with physics. You need both of these because it looks way better. So now we got Titus. Let's go ahead and get Yuna. And now we're going to download version 3 PS2 model with physics. Now that we got Yuna, let's go ahead and get Waka. The way that this modder titles, I like it. Now let's get Riku. We're going to grab Seymour, our boy Auron, and finally Lulu. It doesn't seem like they have Kimari. This is what she looked like before, and this is what she will look like now. I do like the redder eye though. Gotta think for Final Fantasy women with red eyes, you know? So for this mod, I'm actually kind of excited, but a little sad because as of right now, the 4K models have not been been updated. So the modder just posted on the 23rd, which is a couple days ago, that they're going to have version 2 uploaded by the end of this week, and it will resolve a lot of issues with the crashes and hangups that the game has been getting with these mods. If you look down here, they have the FMVs set, but the 4K ones are still from 2021. So I'm hoping those get updated, but as of right now, it doesn't really seem like it. But we are definitely going to be downloading the 1080p US set. It is 3.6 gigs, and that is going to take a minute to download. So right now we're going to open up Steam. We're going to right click our game, go to manage, and browse local files. That'll help us find the folder that we need in order to insert our mods, guys. So the first thing we're going to load in is the external file loader. We're going to open that up, and you're going to take everything in here, literally all of this stuff, and you're going to drag it into the base folder for this game. And it's going to ask if you want to replace these files. Click yes. That'll get the ball rolling. So now that we have that done, we're going to open up the 4GB patch zip. We're going to double click the exe, run it, and now we're going to find where our Final Fantasy X is located. So you're going to find your Steam library, open up Steam apps, go to common Final Fantasy X right here. Then you're going to scroll down and you're going to double click or click on Final Fantasy X.exe and click open, and it'll say executable successfully patch. Okay, great. Close out. We're done with that. Up next, we're going to run the special K UNX exe file. We're going to double click that, open it up. It's actually going to be finding the file for us, which makes it a lot easier. So accept their agreement, and then you should see your Steam library apps in the game folder being found. Click next. It's going to say, are you sure you want to install this? Do that just fine. Unclick launch game. We don't want to launch the game just yet. After you install the special K exe file, actually scroll all the way down to UNX language, double click that, and make sure you actually select which voices you want. By default, for some reason, it made my Japanese. I want the English voices and sound effects and stuff, so we're going to change all of this to English. We're going to click save and close that out. So we're going to finish that off, and now we're going to install our mods. So going back into our Final Fantasy X folder right here, you're going to double click data, and in here you're going to have a folder that just says mods. And in here I already have a Final Fantasy X data, but this is what all of the mods are going to be coming through and looking like. So we're going to open up the starting with the Titus mods right here. You see it says FF10 data. We're going to take that, throw it in there. That's the first one. So now we're going to open up the second one, and we're going to do the same thing. It's just going to keep on adding to that folder as well. Oh, actually, funny enough, the Lulu folder is actually a different name, so we don't want to do that. We're going to open it up, and we're going to drop the FF10 data in there. And now we're going to do the Orin, same thing, copy and drag it into there. Drag this one as well. Seymour on steroids, Riku as well, and Waka. And now finally, our 1080p cutscenes have finished downloading. We're going to open it up, we're going to drag it into the mod folder, and that one's going to take a little bit of a minute because it is about 4 gigs. So let that finish, and we should be all squared away and good to go. Now we got all of our mods installed. Let's boot it up and check it out. On the boot up here, I'm actually going to change my settings and make sure everything is running in the highest quality possible that my rig can run, which is 4K, and video quality set to high. And this intro is great because we get a good look at all the characters that we added mods for. So take a good look. There goes Yuna. And there we go. Tide is looking crispy. Damn, this looks way better than the default. It's 1080p upscaled. I wish we could see the 4Ks, but that one's not running properly. I hope they have plans to redo it. But 1080p is looking pretty good right now. And there you guys have it. That is how to install mods in Final Fantasy X, and also all the mods that we're going to be using on our very first playthrough of the game. Again, special shout outs to instantgaming.com for hooking us up with that amazing link to get you guys all significant discounts on all your games. Feel free to check it out down below, pinned in the comments and also in the description, so you can get Final Fantasy X for 13 bucks and other games as well. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment them down below. I'm happy to help you guys out. We're going to be streaming Final Fantasy X starting tonight, so be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy videos are on the way and you don't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ, and thanks for watching.